I was in jiu-jitsu one day with one of my main training partners, grabbed onto something, and I heard what sounded like 2 carrots just getting snapped in half. And I was like, oh, my leg feels weird.
Matt's basically like a high-level athlete. The endurance that's required for somebody to be running around on stage with a guitar and singing in front of, thousands and thousands of people, day in, day out, for weeks on end. And it's a high-level sport.
He saved the tour, and he saved me being able to do what I do. My name is Matt Heafy. I was originally born in Iwakuni, Japan. My father's a Marine, my mom is from Hiroshima. I picked up guitar at about 11 years old. There's always been a guitar sitting around my house. My dad was a guitar player. In my 8th grade talent show, I played No Leaf Clover by Metallica. There was a high school band there called Trivium who'd been existing for about 2 weeks. They asked me to try out for their band. I tried out. I was then brought into the band as lead guitar player. We played our first show when I was an 8th grader. Everyone else was a junior/senior. So from 12 and a half, I've been in this band. We've been touring since I was probably about 17 years old. We have 10 and a half records out. 2013, or just before, we toured Brazil for the first time. I loved Brazil so much. I said, I want to do what Brazilians do. And I asked all the fans, what should I do? They said, soccer or jiu-jitsu. So I decided to jump into Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu because it sounded like the harder one. So since 2013, I've been doing BJJ. I was in Jiu-Jitsu one day with one of my main training partners. They didn't mean to hurt me, and your main training partner never mean to, but grabbed onto something, and I heard what sounded like 2 carrots just getting snapped in half. And I kicked it back into place. I was like, okay, it's good. So we did another 6 rounds. And then I walked to my car, my leg gave out. I basically collapsed in front of my car.
Basically what happened is, if you look at a knee here, when you bend the knee up, you can see that you've got these shiny cartilage surfaces and then the bones, obviously. And then here you've got what we've painted in blue is what's called the medial meniscus. And what happened with Matt is he had flipped his meniscus like this. Not the entire meniscus, but a big enough portion. And what happens is when you flip a big piece of tissue like that to the front of the knee can't straighten. So you end up with what we call a locked knee, where the knee literally physically can't straighten. And obviously it's extremely painful to try to walk or do anything, let alone run around on stage at a world tour.
And thanks to Orlando Health, Jewett Orthopedic, I explained what was going on. I was like, hey, I'm leaving on tour in about 9 or 10 days. And something's pretty going on with my leg, because my leg was frozen in place. Looked at the MRI and he's like, you have a bucket handle tear. I explained, hey, we're headlining a 20,000 person festival in about 9 or 8 days, and I need to be able to do this show.
Obviously, this is something that we needed to take care of quite urgently. We basically added him onto the schedule of the day after we saw him, and so we were able to just trim that out and smooth the meniscus. After that, now the knee has full movement, and he was able to rehabilitate. And with very good physical therapy after surgery, he was actually on stage performing within 10 or 11 days from the surgery.
Within 2 days, I was doing PT. Within 3 days, I was already lifting weights again for my upper body. Went out and did that Bloodstock show that was in Derbyshire, UK, 20,000 person sold out festival. Hailed as one of the greatest shows we've ever had of our career. And lo and behold, people could barely even tell I had surgery. So.
I mean, it's a team approach. So I think that whenever there's a situation like this, where people just have to get in, we have to make it happen, the team just moves the earth. Whatever needs to get done, whatever team members need to come in, whatever ORs we need to open, we will always go the extra mile to make sure we take care of patients.